This morning we have a little bit learning about the Patimokkha, Vinaya, and precept. So I said that the Dhamma divided into two parts. One part is the teaching theoretically, talking about what's the teaching of the truth. The second one is called the Vinaya. It's another 50 of the Dhamma, talking about the conduct about this very body and the verbal. So from these 2 points come together. One is the truth and the mind. What is mind inside? We can purify and come to touch into the truth. The life may change from inner. The other one from inner come to exterior, means come to the bodily conduct and the verbal conduct. So this is how about how's the practice of Dhamma come to the life itself. So Vinaya have his own very profound meaning, need to be learned, especially monastic. Why especially monastic? A lot of monastic life is very different from the lay life. Lay life, family have no fixed order. Like a country, we have just now what I said, constitution. You see, a country have his own constitution and make a lot of law because of the follow this benefit of constitution. We need to, from time to time, adjust it, apply to the reality, and fix the problem and resolve the problems of the country. So if the community like that, so need to from time to time adjust so that the life can apply into reality, overcomes living problem. You see, and then living problems overcome, then the body and mind can train in more spiritual. For the goal to liberate. So when I see this as what I come to the Dhamma, then I suddenly found, even though my family have little bit, inherit his own culture, his own, tradition. From father, mother, they have some experience transformed from his father and mother, like that. Ancestors have some teaching come down that not have fixed order. In the whole family, they explain it very clear how to take care of this body and mind in very advanced. That is what I see in other family. It's the family is little bit better than the animal kingdom, but it's still in the jungle. So their life still in the jungle. Then you can know this body and mind just not going to advance from problem from time to time. So they argue, fight, quarrel, and greedy, and make like and dislike, that kind of discriminate. Then from time to time, if you don't solve the problem and you don't say sorry, and then it just accumulate, this what we call that abandon and distance from each other, that kind of friendship, even though the partnership. So after you see long process of the human life, come to a certain age or come to the condition, then the run off from the family and get your own new destination of life, starting from there. And then when you're starting from there, then you build up the same pattern. So after father, mother, you become father, mother, then you come into the same trip, like the animal kingdom. Not much overcome, unless you learn and pass this experience to the second generation. So second generation will establish more law, more constitution to this assembly. Then it can have more, what we call that teaching and more guidance message for us to overcome. Yeah. So that is what I want to start from there. You see? So is it important? I think for my life, very important, but right now I don't have desire to have family anymore. This is something that once I learned that family can also make more perfect and transform, advance to his own civilization. In order that very early already explained to the son and daughter, and then the son and daughter too benefit the same like what the father and mother do. So we have equal right in the family. So that not only you are the boss, no. Certain law is called make harmony, equal right. Like what in the Sangha we have 6 harmony. Need to keep that. I didn't write it down here. 6 harmony when we talk about the first 2. 1, 2. That is called 6 harmony. You need to write down. Unless you are very good in mindset, you can remember like me. It take more time. Okay? So for you, novice, write it down. Keep the note. And always refer back to the note. Otherwise, you can easy to overcome when you come to the assembly, because sometimes you forgot. Yeah, sometimes you not pay attention, not alert that, then you make mistake. Yeah. So 6 harmony is direct to the monastic life. When the Buddha said, the Vinaya and all this precept is for us to have 6 harmony in the assembly. So that is 6 harmony. And I need you to check, and then the second discussion, you need to bring it out and explain to me 6 harmony. Okay. Okay. And second one I want to say is the Vinaya, and in the this set we call the Dhammaguttaka, is the Vinaya that is performed and used for all monastic training and take the higher ordination. Is this set of Vinaya, we call it Dhammaguttaka. And Tibetan Buddhism, they use this set, and the Theravada, they use the same set, and Chinese Buddhism, they use that set too. But others than that, the Tibetan, they have more than one set, I know, because they have some translation from the Chinese side to Tibet side. And then the Theravada side, they only have one set, and then not much they carry is because of, after that, you know, Theravada is more conservative. Something that very new and very new explanation, when they come to assembly, they just deny to accept it, and they don't let that kind of teaching come into existence. So they will weigh it out. That is called Theravada. So you can find more information until today. They keep very strict to something. They think this is the right thing to keep, and other information they have no valuable to keep it. When the Sangha make a meeting to the Tipitaka, then some of them they just not let, especially the Vinaya. But from Sri Lanka back to China, and from the corrections of Vinaya, from what we call that Fa Xian, the first monk to India, and then they have monks travel to China, and then the Yi Jin go to India, Tang Xuanzang go to India, and Fa Xian go to India, already bring back many sets of the Vinaya in different schools. So not only Sri Lanka, but from India. So Sri Lankans Buddhism, when the teaching go to Sri Lanka, so Sri Lanka is an island. They may not meet mainland, other school. So maybe the whole life they never go to the other school's library. So they don't know they have other school there. So mostly your life is in Sri Lanka, then you only learn the library. So what you will get from India. So they have only one set left there. Mostly what I read the information in the past is talking like that. So but when the teaching from Sri Lanka bring back to China, Fa Xian have the record there. What kind of thing the teaching, or what we call it Tipitaka, the sutra, and then the Vinaya, we call that Tipitaka, bring back from China. They have the record there, show that what they have in the resources. So they bring back to China, make the translation. This is the first set, and then the second set is called Mahasankika. Yeah, Mahasankika teaching is the second set of the Vinaya, and then we go on. This is one belong to the Theravada translation. Theravada translation. And Bhikkhu Buddhist translation. So you can see all these different ones. This one is written from the Yin master, how he explained the different Vinaya written in the Chinese, 四分律、五分律、称觉律和十诵律。In China, we have 5 sets of Vinaya written in different schools. So when you have more school writing down there, then you can see, that part is similar, and this part and this part have different. Then you know that they were applying in different assembly according to their convenience and benefit. See? So that then you can see, when we stay in the, flat land, it's different. When stay in the mountain, it's different. You see, in the flat land, you don't have written how you need to save water, because flat land, no problem when you use water. When you stay in the high mountain, then you need to keep the water properly. Maybe after washing hands, you still need to keep it. Use for other purpose, you don't throw it away. Make sense? Yeah. So the minor difference is something that applying in different conditions. Make convenient, make benefit. So this is something I want to say about this. I let Kong Yan Shifu quote it, that you can read over. Go to Chinese as soon as you can. So that when like that, then you are the second generation doing the job, take the second step of the bigger body, have more resources come to the English language and back to the Russian language. One day can help them see this constitution and the law of training this very body and mind.
If Russia still will exist?
Huh?
If Russia still will exist, okay.
Yeah, if they don't have that kind of information, if they have that kind of information right now, you learn with my explanation, and I learn from the elders' explanation, so you can pass all this, how to make it more reasonable, more scientifically know about the teaching, how to get into this advance of the practice and connected to the goals of liberation. You know, I think family life needed. Yeah, even though I have no desire to make family anymore, but family life needed. If family life no guidance, they're just like animal kingdom. You know, you are in the jungle. Always apply that kind of well life. You know, you not come to more civilized. Civilized only human have. Yeah. So okay, we're back to the very first part. Can someone read it? The first one. Okay, this is 10 of them. Can you read it?
10 advantages of establishing the precepts. 4-part Vinaya Dharma Taka. When the Buddha laid down the precepts, he mentioned 10 advantages as their key principles. From now on, he would establish precepts for monastics for 10 advantages. These 10 advantages include to direct the monastics, to foster peace and happiness among the monastics, to protect the monastics, to inspire those who have no faith in the Dharma, to advance the practice of those who already have faith, to restrain the resistive, to establish those who have a sense of shame, to stabilize those who have a sense of shame, to eliminate present defilements, to prevent defilements from arising in the future, for the Dharma to be forever sustained.
Number 6.
Yeah, in Chinese, what does it mean?
In Chinese, they say that number 6 here. Yeah. It's the untamed life can be tamed.
The untamed.
Is that from the word rest, like lazy?
To restrain the rest.
Like resting those who
Tame.
rest? No, restrain, yes. Tame and restrain, that's correct.
Tameless to tame. Tameless to tame.
Resistive.
Tame. Tame. Tameless to be tame.
Yeah.
That's the meaning. So he used to restrain the
This is the wrong word.
restive. I want to use tameless to be tame.
No, that makes sense.
Try to use the two-way come to one. Merge. Good. More civilized merge. Come to the point. Two come to one. Okay. This is the what we call that principle. They use the word principle. I use another word. It's called constitution. Okay. So that is the benefit, direct benefit. Okay. So when we say that benefits of this principle, that in order that from here we make more settles, we call them make law. From the constitution to make law means all the precept and Vinaya. It's from here. Because of this goal, we make it no killing, no stealing, no this, no that, And then you need to learn that, eating politely, the folks and they say that in the past they use the word Indian have no forks and spoon, no chopstick, they use hand. So you take hand, food, take not too much, and then you bring it into one bundle, and then put it into your mouth, bundle, and you don't take the big bundle like that, like ping pong, shoot it into your mouth. A lot of people they have very skillful like that. They already put it into the mouth. You don't train it that way. The big sponge, then you take small sponge and put it politely, mindfully like that. So they have that kind of minor discipline. We call that manner. Eat it with manner like that. You don't eat it, the mouth everywhere is too well life, like the untrained dog. So right now, Sata, let her sit down and eat. She should eat, so more polite.
And sugar.
Yeah, the sugar. It's more well life. The one you train her, she joy. She's stubborn. I don't do that. I'm real life. So that is how Vinaya is more settled. Something is for manner, something is for mock, something is for conflict of unharmony. So like that, we talk about that. So the first two talking is harmony. So to direct to the monastic to foster peace and happiness among the monastic. So this is two for harmony, six harmony. Six harmony. Jen. Jen.
Same views, sharing, living quarters.
Jen Jelly.
Discussing without quarrels.
Yeah. Viewpoint, precept, economy, and then 身口意, mind, body, and verbal was six harmony. So go and read that so that know how to make this two. One is for the assembly come, and then the second one is for why they want to come here for the assembly. This is very direct for his peace and happiness. To protect. The third one is to protect them. So when someone come, how to protect them? Role is not only guard them, from extreme, but protect them is the benefit. Okay? Not to say that, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Why cannot do this and cannot do that? It's because of that being protected. If you don't do that, then you have problem. You see, when there's someone come here and don't follow our pattern of living, then it will make very difficult for us. And very difficult to him too, because him or her become more big ego. He just want to show individual. People already finish breakfast, then he come to eat breakfast later on. People already here, then he just do everything that not care about you. How can you accept them with that distance? You see? So you can see a lot of people, they don't have the quality of what we call that assembly or the group living. So especially the ascetic monk. Ascetic monk too have his own. We don't see they don't benefit for themselves. We call that individual assembly and society, more bigger in the area. So ascetic monk only have his own individual, but he cannot benefit to the assembly and benefit to the society. When he come to the assembly, come to the society, just become more error. Not make harmony and make conflict. Become obstacle. You know, like a piece of sharp stone. Okay, so this is the third one is for them to what we call that very calm and peace stay with the practice and training. So this is the third one, and then 4 and 5 is for exterior, applying. So you can educate the exterior people how to move into the Dharma and bring their faith and have faith one just easy to develop into more advanced training. These are 4 and 5. And number 6 and number 7 is for someone that really go to the inner purification. Yeah, not only for this Velipati and verbal, but for come to his mind training. We call that for the jhana basic. If jhana basic you don't have that, then you can. When you sit there, you're thinking about the quarrel, you're thinking about the conflict, that influence to your mind. How can you stay very calm? We can live it easy unless this concentration and the practice already become mature. Then you get easy. Otherwise, individual is depend on the condition. Condition is more powerful than individual. So number 6 and 7, we come to some kind of a personality that need to bring that. You see, the repentance and say sorry, really important. Don't give it. You give it, you give into the darkness. Then number 9 and number 8 and number 9 won't be overcome, won't be that we call that enlightenment. And then that call that from the path come to the fruit. Yeah, these two need to depend on this. So this what I call that witness the Dharma. You see, it's a reality of penetration. You see the truth. You see all this is possible. And then right now you test it. Not only use the stone test the Dharma, but use your real thumb testing the test. This is number 9 and number 10. And number 8 and number 9. And number 10 is the ideal. I use the term idealistic, isn't it?
Idealistic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Buddhism have two. So there are all this is targeted to the number 10. Means the Buddha himself is not only talk about his own benefit and experience, but he talk about this thing need to bring it back to the world. Let the karma, the new karma have the change. Let the world have the truth still remain there. And not only I got the truth and then I already done, I fixed my problem, but that skill and that teaching still carry on forever in the world, for generation to generation, because the monastic and the assembly is who inherit that and bring it continually process for his own benefit, for the benefits of assembly, and from the assembly carry on this historical what value and his own, what we call that, mostly is value and benefit, to pass it as long as the world still exists for human life. So we have the mission there. So the Buddha himself, after the enlightened, he just fulfilled the mission, because what he need to be done for his own benefit already got. But the assembly not been yet for someone this very life, and for someone the future life, like that. So this is talking about number 8 and number 9, the present life and the future life. Future life is maybe tomorrow. It's called future life. Maybe next moment. This is called future life. And life passes from life to life. And when Yin Master talked about this 10, he divided into 6 of it. Number 1, number 2 is 1. Number 3 is 2. Number 5 and number 4 and 5 is number 3. 6 and 7 is number 4. 8 and 9 is number 5. And number 10 is number 6. So he divided this into 4 conditions of benefit. So the 1 and 2 is harmony, and then this for the peace and happy of abiding, or for the living of monastic. And number 5 and number 6 is building the faith and confidence, encourage they come to the monastery. And then number 6 is for someone who have faith, develop and cultivate their advanced benefits of practice. So, and then number 6 and number 7, this is for the inner benefit of individual in the assembly. And number 8 and number 9, this one is for his enlightenment, or for him who come to the noble character from the Dhamma. Yeah. Last one is the mission. So this is called 6 conditions. So when you see the Vinaya, it's a larger role there. I don't have that much desire to talk about this law, but they have the Vinaya master, Vinaya teacher, right to preaching, and well, it's settled to say a teacher is like you. When you like that, you come to the law school, become a law student. So you will learn all the law there. Some of the mindset is like that. But my mindset is not. My mindset is more in the Dhamma side. And I just want to have the, what we call that, important point. I don't go to center. But once I come to it, then I know all these too. So that is what I want to share with you all. Okay, alrighty. think for the teaching here is enough. And do you want to read it some? Okay, can you read it? So that they have the record there. Can you read? Carry on.
10 advantages of establishing the precepts. Mahasamgita Vinaya.
Mm-hmm.
The Buddha said to Sariputra, there are 10 beneficial things for which the Tathagatas establishing the precepts and the pratimoksa to their disciples. What 10? To govern the monastics, to ensure the well-being among the monastics, to maintaining peace and happiness among the monastics, to subdue the shameless ones. Those who are ashamed can live in peace. Those who do not have faith are made to develop faith, to advance the practice of those who already have faith, to eliminate present defilements, to avoid the unarisen defilements from arising, for the long abiding of the Dharma, and to open the door of giving for all celestial beings thus. These are the 10 things that the Tathagatas, the worthy of offerings, the perfectly enlightened one, established the precepts and pratimoksa for the disciples. Theravada Vinaya Pitaka. The Buddha, in laying down each rule, gave 10 reasons for doing so. The excellence of the community, the peace of the community, the curbing of the shameless, the comfort of well-behaved bhikkhus, the restraint of pollutants related to the present life, the prevention of pollutants related to the next life, the arousing of faith in the faithless, the increase of the faithful, the establishment of the true Dhamma, and the fostering of discipline. These reasons fall into 3 main types. The first 2 are external, to ensure peace and well-being within the community itself, and to foster and protect faith among the laity, on whom the monks depend for their support. The third type of reason is internal, to help restrain and prevent mental pollutants within the individual monks. The last point quickly becomes apparent to anyone who seriously tries to keep the rules, for they encourage mindfulness and circumspection in one's actions, qualities that can carry over into the training of the mind.
Okay, this is the translation by Thanissaro Bhikkhus in 1994. And then we have some more go. Yeah.
Theravada Vinaya Pitaka Parivara, translated by I.B. Horner. Founded on 10 reasons, a rule of training is laid down by the Tathagata for disciples, for the excellence of the order, for the comfort of the order, for the restraint of evil-minded individuals, for the living in comfort of well-behaved monks, for the control of the cankers belonging to the here and now, for combating of the cankers belonging to a future state, for the benefit of non-believers, for the increase in the number of believers, for the maintenance of true Dhamma, for the furthering of discipline. AN 1031 Upali, translated by Bhikkhu Bodhi, 2012. It is, Upali, on 10 grounds that the Tathagata has prescribed the training rules for his disciples and recited the Patimokkha. What 10? For the well-being of the Sangha, for the ease of the Sangha, for keeping recalcitrant persons in check, so that well-behaved bhikkhus can dwell at ease, for the restraint of taints pertaining to this present life, for the dispelling of taints pertaining to future lives, so that those without confidence might gain confidence, for increasing the confidence of those with confidence, for the continuation of the good Dhamma, for promoting discipline.
Okay. When you see all these different translations by learning, then you can see in the not the last part of perfection of your own liberation, then learning and contemplating have a lot of benefit there. You see? So the Buddha said that wisdom is 3 wisdom. You know, learning wisdom, contemplating wisdom, and practice wisdom. You can just stay in practice wisdom without contemplating wisdom and without learning wisdom. You see? So learning wisdom is more faster. You just learn it today you got the message. You see? So So when you see different translation, then you see, that was in the different scholars in his own quality of the using the language, then you can see using the language is one, and then his own realization, his own understanding is another one. So from his quality, he can use different words to explain, like what I said, to come to one, merge. Two things is point to something. You see, it is not only one thing say is correct, the other is not correct. So when I say read 6 of them, then he say what is that? The teacher will take my exam.
Driving instructor?
Yeah. Instructor.
Instructor?
Yeah, the instructor. You are pass. You pass. He knows my English very poor, but what I tell her is correct. It means I know something in the reality. Yeah. So he said, you pass. I feel a little bit, my face warm. Bad monk, cannot speak English accurately. So that is a time when I don't only learn the Chinese, but I let Kunyan come to the computer and get the information. Why? I want to learn. In order one day I want to say something. My Dhamma become old, my practice become old, and what I say something need to become old too. Come to right to the point, not make too much inaccurate explanation. See? It makes sense to you? So practice is one way, and then learning is one way. Learning need to learning into the advanced master. Not only learn with a learning point, but need to look for the advanced master. You see? The advanced master is the scholar. So in the Buddhist understanding, we need to make friends with the scholar monk too. In order that once you want to tell something, don't forget who is the master. Because this is come from the tradition, you know. And then when we come to jhana practice, wisdom of no defilement, that is come from the practice. So practice is one thing, tradition is one thing. You know, the best is two things, two legs to walk. You can't just use one leg to jump. That's why when I come back from Thailand, I become more humbly. You know, I don't want to become well-life. Yeah.
Well, good or wild?
Wildlife. Wildlife. You need to back to civilization. Yeah, the Buddha always said that. Don't abandon the assembly. Because the assembly is the whole. Assembly is noble. Okay. Sometimes we need a connection to this society, because if we don't connect to the society, and the society will misunderstand us, and then we don't have the newcomer, then this religion will die out. Will die. And we cannot go very, what we call the ego, you know, to the society, like what we call that secular, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Secular. If you go like the what we call the Christian, like the Muslim, too secular, then it's not work very well too. You know what I mean? So quantity and quality both are important. You see? Quality is more, advanced than quantity. So you're too concerned about quantity, then you don't have much advancing the quality. Okay, like what I said for Gongsan, and then Tzu Ji, too active to get cloudy, and you don't have much time for yourself improvement. Yeah? So I see some teacher is the whole year busy. I respect them too. They sacrifice their life, but it not make this company or not make this assembly or overcome the fight and come to more what we call the peace and happy in here. See, so how to balance this is a wisdom. It's a wisdom. So we too, when we come to the monkhood, how to balance our learning, contemplating, and practice is a wisdom. So the Buddha said that. I think he is very wise too. For a long run, 9 months serve the community, 3 months go to events or concentration. I think it makes sense too. It really makes sense for us. I think in MABA that once we say that we are retreat, you see, they never come and disturb us. They already know our tradition. They can come to practice, but they don't come and disturb. So why you bother still? Why you still bother? It's because of the mind is not easy to guide back to mindfulness. You see, if one day that you are here, like let me have more time. That even though I walk here, I walk there, I still being present. The mindfulness still carry on processing, carry on, merge into the practice subject, object. Then you don't feel too much need to go to individual. Right? That need to mature more life. You are the first, maybe the first year of life come into the retreat or winter retreat, isn't it? So don't spend too much. So the teaching and sharing with you all is try to mature the viewpoint. Okay? So once your viewpoint already clear, so this feeling of practice become more purified. Feeling of practice become more purified, then concentration will be built. The mind won't run to monkey anymore because monkey is not guided by right view. Monkey mind is wrong view. Okay?